honestly, man, I can't believe I never listened to this stuff before I listened to this stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is like such a vibe. Forget like all the cleaning music that I was listening to before, throw this on the same
that's
playlist.
What you need.
Barbecue playlist, all of that. It's a different vibe.
For sure.
You're growing, man. I'm so proud of you, bro.
You've experienced growth this year. I'm listening to some J. Cole.
Right?
You know?
Oh, if you only knew.
Wow. What was it before? Was it like, were you like Future, Migos?
That was his king. Future was his king.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was there at one point. Like Dirty Soda and stuff. Like I used to I would go off to all of that. Damn. Now I just try to listen to myself because I felt like my brain was kind of like no, but like when you're hearing the same songs, and I know we hear this a lot now, but literally when all the songs start to sound the same, that's when I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I need to kind of take a step back and like maybe get into some of my own stuff. Let me be responsible. Let me not like hate on what's being put out. Let me put out my own stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Legit.
So that's what's up.
That's what you say as an artiste yourself, but I'm sure we'll get into that shortly. You're also more than welcome to freestyle on this beat. Many have tried.
Oh, snap.
Patrick has
Who's going to go first?
Hey, I've done it before.
It's your girl, man. I'm going off in her. You know it. I don't know where to go, but I'ma keep rolling with the flow. B-E-N-Z. Do not mess with me. I'm doing this so effortlessly. Okay, I'm done.
I was like, oh shit, we're going somewhere.
Don't make me laugh. I like guess freestyling something I want to like do more, you know?
Yeah. It was a little Blueface-ish, but you got there. You had the bars.
I switched it up, but I was like, hold on. Let me just...
You were like testing the water the whole time, and then you...
And then I was like, you know what? Let me not even... They about to get wet. Let me not even...
Exactly.
Tech time.
Oh, walk on, Patrick.
The world generous speaking.
You already know what's good. We back, baby.
And it's your boy.
Shop like Shaq. You waste you.
We have a special guest today.
It's your girl. Can I introduce myself a little? I'll give it one too. It's your girl, Mercedes Morris, and I am so glad to be here.
Hey, welcome to the pod. Welcome to the pod.
Okay. That's the vibe beyond. That's the vibe beyond.
And if you didn't know, Mercedes Morris is an actress and also a singer. Did I say singer?
Yeah, you know what? Singer-songwriter, but I rap in there as well. So
Okay.
So what's the first love?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. I would have to say music because it was through my music that I discovered I could sing. So, going to Wexford, I always was singing. I was always singing in like elementary school, family parties growing up. Like I tell people this and it's no joke. It was like Mama, Dada, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So music is definitely in my blood. But going to Wexford doing musical theater, I was like, okay, like I kind of got some acting chops in here. Let me see what's up. And I pursued that in university, did theater, and then came out. And I've just been acting ever since. But definitely with COVID, when things slowed down a bit, I'm like, it's music time. Let's go. Let's do this.
That's what you decided to use your extra free time.
Yes, for sure.
I love it too, because like I gotta give you your flowers, man. I remember being in high school with you, and like I was a couple years older, but like I saw the talent. Like that school is mad talented. So when people stand out, you see it because it's like everyone is talented in there, but some people just they have it. And
yes, amen.
You had it from then. So I'm proud to see like the work that you've done, and I know you got so much further to go. But
thank you. I'm like really excited to keep sharing my gifts with the world, man. Different ways too. Like hello, today Ubisoft dropped some Farcry.
I was
gameplay.
About to say. Yeah, so I saw that you're doing some stuff in Far Cry. What's your role over there? I
can't talk too much about it just yet, but
you're excited.
I get into some stuff. I really do. It's exciting. So October 7th, we learned the official drop today. So yeah, October 7th, everyone make sure you go and you buy that. I'm really, really amped. I don't even want to like spoil anything because it's that good.
So can I know if you're gonna be playing, because I know Farcry has Giancarlo Esposito, is that yeah, and it's him. Like when you're looking at the game, it's him.
Yeah.
Can we expect you to be voicing somebody like another person, or are you yourself in the game?
I'm voicing someone, but it's my movement as well. Like it's the full motion capture,
nice.
you know, and to be honest, she kind of looks a little bit like me. I don't know if they did that on purpose or what, but she does look a little bit like me. I think it was like a perfect match. Like the casting was excellent. And like I said, I don't want to like spoil anything, but when she comes on screen,
you'll know.
You'll know.
Okay.
Are you a gamer yourself, or like I'm trying to gauge like where the excitement comes with like
it comes from
versus...
I'm not the best gamer. Like if I really say the stuff that I enjoyed playing or like was good at, you can be like, damn girl, like you kind of old. It might just give away my age a little bit. Like, Mario Kart? Obviously everyone loves their Mario, but like I was so into like the Crash Bandicoot.
Hell yeah.
I was into like Spyro, like simple things, but like for me it was fun. And even Shaq, I noticed you posted something a few days ago and I was like, damn, I used to really love that game. Twisted Metal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I know I used to play, it was like the race car and he would do like a tornado move or something like that.
Spectre.
Am I crazy?
Spectre, blue Viper with the white stripes.
Something like, you know?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, but I used to kind of get all into that little, those were my games. Like I could still kill some Crash Bandicoot right now. Like I'm beating all the big bosses. I'm like collecting all the gems. Hooda, you know that? Like, let's go. Yeah. I'm excited to like be a part of that. It's like, for me, it's like a legacy. You know what I mean? Like, okay, acting, singing, like Broadway one day, I'm in a video game. Like I want to do it all. So that's definitely a...
Why not, yo?
Yeah.
You're also in American Gods, and that's like a show that my dad watches like religiously. So
cool.
He's like, I'm not on the new season yet, so I don't know who she is yet.
Yeah, tell him take his time, get into it. But I don't know if he's like team new gods or old gods or what.
Are you a new god? Because he's like, she's probably a new god or something. I don't know. You got it. Okay, gotcha.
Yuppers. I'm a new god. My name's Meme on the show, and you know, we all know Mr. Wednesday. Well, we know.
What's the premise of the show for the people that don't know?
Yeah.
Who don't know. Yeah. So it's pretty much the old gods and the new gods and how they vie for society's attention. And when society believes in you, when they have faith in you, that gives you strength. So it's kind of like a battle, you know, to see who is going to have the faith of society. And a lot of the old gods are... they're mad because, you know, people's attention is going to things like social media.
Right.
And they're fading away. So how do they keep themselves relevant? And all of the drama that ensues from that.
So like, is Zeus on like Instagram? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, they'll have to get creative to kind of compete with us.
Okay.
So is Meme like literally the god of like memeing? Like,
yeah, she's all in that. She's doing all her little tech work. You'll see me always like fidgeting with like a phone, or I'm in the cloud doing something, because that is how I receive my energy. You know what I mean?
That's a dope concept, eh? Like if you really think about that, like that's a sick concept. Just thinking about like the way people's attention and the things that we worship.
Yes, exactly. You know what I mean? The perfect word choice. It's who's gonna get, you know, the most worshipers or like followers. You know, it's a different meaning for followers nowadays, but it's the same vein. Yeah. Well, I hope you catch it. I hope you Prime Video. It's on Stars, the Stars Network as well. So like that was like pretty cool for me because I watched some shows on Stars.
Me too. I'm there too. Yeah.
You know, so
Stars got some shows, yo.
Right? So get into it.
So how does one prepare to be like a god in a show?
That is a great
who did you envision
or does like just the nature of this god like being somebody who's basically almost synonymous to like an influencer? Does that like just being involved in social media itself, does that just play a big
that kind of helps? I guess that did help. I drew on a bit of that. Even like my wardrobe choice right now, I didn't even realize, but it's very like Steve Jobs kind of, you know, like that type of vibe.
Yeah.
And it's about, I say this a lot, but it's about confidence, because as a god, it's like whatever choice I make, you're just gonna accept it because I'm a god.
Yep.
Like, you really gonna argue with me? Do you know what I'm saying?
For real.
There are like higher powers, and there are some people who come in and definitely can humble you a bit. I will say that there are people with more worshipers, more strength, and you do have to like kind of sit back a little bit at times, but you see all of that and the dynamics and how they change and people switch like, just get into it. It's good.
Yeah, no, definitely got to get into that. I love the concept, so I'm catching up on that show.
Yay! Sorry, I'm so good. I'm like, yay, okay. But yeah, please do like check out my IMDb. There's different shows there, different like networks. Whether you have Prime or you have like Netflix, for example, I'm around.
And then before we get into like just what we want to talk about for the week and everything, like you also was talking about a single that you put out, I think not too long ago. Yeah,
well, I have 2 singles out officially now. The first one being Fire. That was really like, oh my gosh, am I really doing this? But it was Fire for sure. I think it was a bold choice, and I like bold choices in both my acting and in my music. So I didn't really like shy away from the fact that it could be a little controversial. And also we were mentioning how, I don't know. Well, anyways, we talked about how like music, sometimes it all starts to sound the same.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like people actually listen anymore. Sometimes it's just for the beat and we're not even taking in the lyrical content. So I wanted to challenge some people. And a lot of my songs, both of them have double innuendos. And you listen to it and you're like, oh, maybe she's talking about this. And you keep listening, you're like, oh, or she could be talking about this.
It's a little like cheeky and clever.
Very cheeky, very clever. And it's interesting to see the response and see which side people lean to. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I will definitely challenge people. I don't even want to give away the double meanings, but there's a lot in there. And then Pals, my second single, that's more of like a hip hop. You know, it's more rapping in there, that flavor. But I kind of like to like rap and sing at the same time. Like I switch between both in a way.
So you just try to do it all in everything you do.
Yeah, why not? Why limit myself, right? So, I mean, I feel like even right now I'm talking about it, I'm getting like hot and excited because I can't believe that I wrote that and like helped produce it. I worked with a really talented producer named Akil. Looney. That's another Wexford graduate. That is like her like her major go-to producer as well. So shout out Toronto. We're doing big things and we're like climbing together. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. That's what we talk about a lot on this pod too. It's just like stuff we're trying to do too is just bring people along with us. You know what I mean? We can all eat. So I love it. Love that energy.
I'm excited. I hope everyone like really enjoys it, and add that to your playlist and like run it up.
Love it. Before we get into things, Patrick, how's your week? How's your week been? We saw each other, by the way.
I know. This is wow. Can we tell people? I guess we kind of told people now.
I don't care, man. Doug can find me here if he wants to find me here.
Sure.
Honestly, like big up to you and big up to your family, man. Like I needed that. It was good to see people outside my household for like the first time in forever. And just to have good vibes, man. Just like chill backyard vibes, couple of drinks, food. Food was off the chain, by the way. So
big up producer.
Yeah, big up the producer for that. But no, honestly, like it was good, man. It's a good vibe, and like you need that. Like we need. It's just been obviously everyone knows it's been a rough year, been crazy time. Like we need just to connect again. So that was
crazy, like how like little we really need to feel that happy, and it's just
right.
You bring some booze, I have some
Yeah.
food, and we just have a good time.
Just
And
have a
there's
good
like
time.
what, 4 of us, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Like to be able to see people in person is way different from this shit.
Totally.
Trust.
I agree.
Yeah,
But I'm grateful for Zoom because imagine if we had like
No, that would be
Oh,
crazy if we didn't.
imagine if there was no FaceTime and it was just regular like audio back in the day. Like I do appreciate this
Fair.
face opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
That's
I mean,
fair, that's fair.
sometimes at work, you do wish it was only just a phone call. You didn't have to like be ready. All right, here my camera's
Yeah.
on. I'm present.
Yeah. Let me comb my beard, brush my beard.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you go to work and you turn off your video? Is that like allowed really or no? You usually have to be.
You gotta put video on.
Well, it's an unspoken rule. I find that like people, it's highly encouraged to be on like video on, but like if you don't feel it, nobody's gonna like pressure you to be like, "Yo, Shaq, what's going on? Where's your camera on?"
Mm-hmm.
I found like just because I've actually, this is my 3rd company that I'm working on. Working in through the pandemic. So the first one, I was camera off, and that was the culture over there. The other one, it was like do whatever you want, and so it's like it kind of depends on the company culture. I find too.
Mm-hmm, I feel that.
That's true.
I feel bad for kids though. That's one thing. Like this
socialization,
socialization and schooling is like a bit awkward for me. Like my sister the other day was struggling in class because her teacher's Wi-Fi was like cutting in and out, and I'm just like,
how do you?
You've lost her. It's already. Hard enough to keep her attention like in class, in school, but now she could just be on another tab. No, and that's why I'm like, girl, you better get off of Grey's Anatomy. You better go focus on your teacher. You know, I'm in the back having to kind of like double check. So I do wonder how that's gonna impact their learning.
It's funny. My 14-year-old sister's like, she's so cool with this. I thought that like as a high school kid, and this would be her first year in high school. I thought she would be devastated and really want to get back to being in class and doing all the social stuff. But she's like, I can do this for 4 years. I don't mind. Whatever.
They're chilling on their phone though.
It's true.
That's why they don't mind. They're like, like they only have to. My sister, she thinks she's slick. She only be coming on at the end of class. Like, bye, miss. I'm like, you was watching Grey's Anatomy that whole time, and now you want to pop on about bye, miss. Have a good day. Y'all are slick. So parents, if you're listening to this, pay attention.
I mean, yo, people do it at work too.
I know. I saw this
in their meetings. Like, all right, have a good day, everyone.
Yeah.
So I saw this study that said, and I don't have it pulled up. I wish I did, but it said something that like research says that like throughout the course of a workday, a lot of employees are focusing on other hustles. They're having sex and they're watching Netflix and stuff during the workday, which is
it's a productive day. Just
if you're still getting your job done, like, does it matter? Does it matter if you're still
I saw that meme. It was like, but the work is still being done, mind your business.
Yeah, exactly.
For real. Oh man.
Speaking of somebody who's not minding his business and being a little bit messy, and I like starting with messy because it helps loosen up pod muscles, you know?
Yeah.
Diddy he had a throwback Thursday.
My guy.
What's wrong with Diddy the Demon?
That's my guy. I love it.
I'm sipping on some Ciroc right now, but Diddy, why?
So if you don't know, Diddy posted on his Instagram page, I think it was a couple photos. You said that he got rid of, I think one of them at least, but there's one that's still there of him back in the day holding hands with J-Lo when they were together, and he just posted #TBT.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, he does. Like, I'm just even like looking at the celebrity reactions, like Timbaland with the eyes, King Combs just killer with the wave emojis.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
Damn.
Keisha Cole said, "Tell her come home, baby."
Oh.
Starino said, "Bye, Ben," because she's with Ben right now.
Well, so we think.
What do you guys feel about Diddy, aka Love, being so spicy on the gram like this for absolutely no reason?
I forgot he was Love, by the way. I forgot he changed his name.
AKA Love, by the way.
I love it, man. Go get your woman if that's what you want, bro. I love it. I mean
if that's what you want, but at the same time, why do you only want it now that she's with somebody else? Like, that's what, like, if you had done this a few weeks ago before all the little Ben tea was starting to be spilled, it wouldn't be so bad. But
do you think maybe he just was waiting because like she just broke off with A-Rod, which was what like a couple months ago. It's not even been that long. It's actually kind of crazy that she's with Ben.
Yeah, I agree, but it's a little like so public. I mean, some women like that, those big displays, you know what I mean? He's kind of like peacocking right now, like
look at my feathers.
Yeah.
It's funny because I saw a photo where it looked like she was out with, and now we get into celebrity gossip, but whatever. She was out with Mark Anthony, and they were
singer or my boy.
Yeah, we wish. But she was out with her ex, or her other ex.
Oh shit, she was out. Oh, I forgot that they used to be a thing.
They were married.
Yeah.
Don't they have children?
Yeah. So they were out having lunch or dinner or something like that. So I'm like, hey, she's just going back to all of them. Why not?
Interesting.
Diddy will get a turn.
That sounds like a great dating reality show. Just go back to all of your exes and just see which one you like.
Oh snap!
Try it again.
We can call it like recycling. Like, instead of like the arrows, it's like hearts or something like that. I don't know.
Circular dating.
I'm trying to think of a good one. I was like reduce, reuse, I do, or something like, you know, like
okay.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
No copyright on that, so nobody steals our idea.
So do you think that there's a chance that J-Lo is actually somewhat flattered? Do you think that there's a potential that Diddy's like, I know my girl. she loves this right now.
What are their signs? I wonder that too.
Ooh, that's a good question.
She's a Scorpio.
He's a Scorpio.
He's a Scorpio.
Okay, that makes sense. What is she like?
What is J-Lo? J-Lo, I'll do some research.
Yeah, let's see. Jennifer Lopez.
It's a possibility.
Leo. She's a Leo.
I knew it. Oh wow.
He knows his girl. He knows his girl. He knows his girl.
Oh,
that's definitely Leo energy. That's Leo
She's
energy.
Gonna be flattered. She's gonna be flattered. She shouldn't be. She's gonna act like she's not, but she is.
Right.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm a Leo, so.
So for you, this works.
It all makes sense.
She's not gonna show it though. She's gonna still keep it cute, but she's gonna be like, okay, I see you. You know, like.
So basically, you're saying don't be surprised that in like a few months' time we hear rumblings of Diddy and J-Lo and Turks and Caicos.
I would not be surprised at all.
She's gonna get her own Ciroc flavor.
Oh, he might just drop that to like surprise her and entice her. You know,
what flavor would it be? Because we got the French vanilla for French Montana.
That's right. There's gotta be something spicy, yo.
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking Brooklyn in my head. Jenny from the Bronx, like.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Ooh.
Well, anyways, we'll leave that.
Ciroc from the block.
Right?
Okay.
Get into it. I would not be surprised though, because he likes to, maybe that's her love language. You know what I mean? Like gifts. That's definitely how he like shows his affection. He'd be dropping gifts and name it. Like he probably has like a star that he bought for her or something like ridiculous. You know?
He a billionaire, right? So and she got mad money.
So let's change this a little bit and make these like, let's talk about these people if they were just everyday people.
Right.
So a woman breaks it off with her fiance, and then one of her former hubbies, I don't think that they were engaged or anything like that, but ex-boyfriends, digs up an old photo from back in the day when they went to a beautiful sunny date at the X. And they just came from Tiny Tim Donuts.
Tiny Tim.
And he posted that and just put Tiny Tom and posted #TBT. Is this whack?
I mean, damn, when you put it like that, I feel like that stuff happens every day.
There's no way that like I can look at any of my homies doing that and be like, bro, you're the man.
I feel like it happens every day though.
Stuff like that?
I feel like that. Yo, people run back to their ex quite frequently, bro.
They do. Yeah. They do.
You know what I mean? So the moment like you might get that, hey, big head. You know what I mean? You might get that message, you know?
Hey, big head, some eye emojis, like those vibes.
Yeah.
I can't stand. I'm like, that's not my style.
Just skin crawl, yeah.
Sorry. It's like, it's really, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, nah, like I'll hit you with that block real quick.
Ooh, for real. Okay. So
yeah, I'm kind of cool.
Okay. Damn.
You saying when it's over, it's just a Sergio Blanca? For life?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Pretty much. Well, it kind of depends on like how the breakup occurred, I guess. But for the most part, like, people have this thing of like, oh, I don't know if I could be like friends with you. Like, I've heard this, like, if we break up, we couldn't be friends. Cause like, I don't know. I feel like I would like develop feelings for you again. And I'm like, so then why would you break up? Like, I don't understand. It's either like,
Interesting.
Either you kind of like handle your business, like go, I don't know. It depends on the person too, I guess.
No, that's a good point. I actually never thought of it like that. It's like, yeah, I just never have been friends with with my ex, but like, yeah, no, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, like it's really weird. Again.
Yeah.
I think it's weird personally. Some people are cool with it. Like I've had an ex reach out like months after, and like someone had passed away in my family and they were sending me condolences, but I was like, this is the first time I'm hearing from you since the breakup, which wasn't that pretty. That was kind of like, it was actually a hurtful experience. So I don't want to hear from someone who hurt me while I'm hurting.
While you're hurting.
You know what I mean? I didn't appreciate it. I was like, the respectful thing to do is say thank you, but I don't really want to hear from you. That's my style.
True.
That's me.
What do you think, Jack?
No, I'm not a fan of like the whole idea of like the makeup and breakup situation. I just don't think that there's I don't think that there's like, if you're done, you should be done. I think everything, like for me, and I guess that's a Scorpio thing, it's very final for me.
Oh, but then Diddy's Scorpio and he's going the opposite.
Diddy was broken up with, the producer says.
Okay. Thank you, producer.
Yes. So things might be different. That might be there might be some ego there speaking. He might still, it didn't happen his way, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. And he's kind of getting up there too in age, all of them.
Too,
you might like a bit of that like nostalgia, that like.
That's true.
That missed opportunity, you reminiscing a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, he's what, like in his 50s, or is he almost there?
No, I think he's 50.
So he's 50. He already got his kids. Like I think at this point he might just want to settle down. Might be doing their own shit. Maybe that's what he's looking for. And like if it's somebody who's familiar, maybe that's what it is. Or
it's he's a comfort zone.
Or he's trolling.
It could just be. I mean, it could just be trolling. I know a couple like that. Pot. I know a couple older people who've like they dated back in college, then whatever stuff happened, they went their separate ways. They both got married. Those didn't work out, and now they ended up together and are married. Wow. So, hey, love happens in strange ways, man. There's no one way.
I can't judge. I'm not gonna judge.
It's just not a one size fits all for sure.
Amen.
Where do I want to go with this?
Where you want to take it?
Oh, here's a good one. So I saw this clip on Instagram. It's a very interesting conversation, I think, where Chris Rock is basically saying that cancel culture is responsible for boring entertainment today. Before I even play his clip, do we think that entertainment today is boring or feels too censored or is too safe? Is there a lack of people, like where you're watching something, a program where people are able to just, produce whatever they kind of want without the fear of being canceled? Or do you feel like everything that you see that it touches a border of potentially, playing it safe?
Mm-hmm. I want our friend in the industry here.
I know that's hard for me. I mean, I do watch such a variety of shows, so I make sure I get my good comedy stuff in there, more raw things, and then I'm like keep it a bit simple. I don't want to say like cheesy, but I like some of my little cornball films too, which are a bit on the safer side. Cancel culture is tough. I'm sorry, guys. I turned off like this message here, and I'm not sure if you guys are hearing it.
I don't hear nothing.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
I was getting a message come in, and I was like, no, I don't want to. Ding.
No.
Ding.
You're good.
But yeah, that's a bit tough. I know people are kind of like stepping on toes, and honestly, you can't please everyone, because I feel like people like to dig up things from the past anyway. So even if you've grown and you're doing your best to try to be mindful and aware and respectable, like there are always going to be people out there that are going to judge you for your past issues too and bring that up. And then you got to do all this apologizing. And it's like, why am I like, I can apologize for things, but I'm not going to keep going over and over and over again. Like people like Kevin Hart, where I'm like, man, every time I see him now, he's just apologizing for something.
He's a walking apology.
Yeah. We need to also, as much as we want to cancel things, we also have to be okay with moving on. I don't think we do enough. You don't want to let people off the hook too easily and just like forgive and forget. I get that. But there needs to be a point where, yes, they've taken enough accountability. They've learned their lesson, and let's keep the ball rolling on a forward note. That's like a weird way to put it, but I think we need to also can't move forward if you're looking in the rear view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I hear that. I think it has, I'm not going to say it's gotten boring, but it's gotten very much one-sided in a sense where like, it's either like super woke, I'm going to use air quotes here, like woke media that's coming out, whether it's music, movies, TV, or whatever, or it's just like the same messages kind of being percolated through the media, right? So that's why I love when guys like Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock or something like that, they come out with something, because I know they don't give a damn. They're gonna say what everyone's really thinking, but not willing to say out loud. And you need people like that to shape.
And they don't just say it. They don't just say it just for the sake of saying it. They exactly. there's purpose, and it's clever and insightful, and it truly makes you think in the way that they do that.
Exactly.
Let me play this clip and see what Chris Rock means.
Let's get into it.
And when everybody gets safe and nobody tries anything, things get boring.
Right.
Absolutely. So I see a lot of unfunny comedians. I see unfunny TV shows. I see unfunny award shows. I see unfunny movies, because everybody's scared to make a move. And that's not a place to be. We should have the right to fail.
Right.
Because failure is a part of art. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's the ultimate cancel. You know what I mean? But now, you got a place where people are scared to talk. That's not, especially in America, you're scared to talk. But, that's what people want. Got to make adjustments. And
well, especially in America.
Yeah, I
know. So what do you guys think about that? Because there is something to be said, I think, at least from a stand-up perspective, knowing stand-up comedians. Mark Anthony, one of my best friends, is a stand-up comedian. We have conversations all the time, especially me being like one of his best friends and also a black man. He'll often run shit by me and be like, listen, where like, check the temperature on this for me, please. How do you guys feel about his remarks here? Because I think generally speaking, it makes sense. I'm just not sure if I agree fully if things are all safe and people are just playing it safe always. I don't feel that way.
I feel like we're slightly in an adjustment period too. Like we used to go a bit maybe too overboard, and now we're playing it a bit safe. So I think we'll kind of reel ourselves in a little bit and find a nice happy medium at some point.
Yeah.
But the fact that people have the courage to come forward and speak up and are growing with their awareness and all of that, like I want to give credit to that as well. You know what I mean? You can't knock it. I can't say you're like too safe. I appreciate your being considerate at all, because it went from having no awareness and having no filter to like, at least we know one exists. It doesn't maybe have to be perfect all the time. It's progress, not perfection. That's the way I'm gonna look at it.
I agree with that. And I feel like Chris has a point though, when he talks specifically about comedies. Like, how many times I'll probably do it tonight or this weekend. I'll try to go on Netflix. I'll try to find like a good comedy. There's nothing funny to me right now. Like we've lost funny. There's a lot of drama, which is cool. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of woke things out there. There's a lot of things that touch on social issues, which is cool. A lot of action films, cool. But I just want funny. I just want something that's gonna make me laugh and be a little bit inappropriate. You know what I mean? But like we don't have that right now. Like we're in an era where people are stepping on eggshells.
So do you feel like this statement is true? Comedy is a casualty of cancel culture.
Yeah.
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 A bit. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Especially when you do, if you enjoy comedy and like stand up and you look at the history, kind of where we used to start from, like, I don't even remember the exact stand up for Chris Rock, but the one where he's talking about, probably. Wait, no,
that's
Ross Eddie.
Ross Eddie.
That's Eddie, yeah.
But where he's talking about Tupac, it's like, every year Tupac come back, because you know which one I'm talking about, and he has like the burgundy suit.
Oh man,
Tambourine.
Come on, guys.
Or is it older?
No, it's old. I feel like it's older. I can't remember this one now.
Y'all got to go back. I was just watching that like last week, because every year I pull it out because I'm like, we don't have comedy like this. No
right.
more.
We don't
It's so
have comedy
good.
like that. Like, and I really appreciate people who are willing to push the boundaries in today's age. Like,
Yes.
if you're
The
willing
best
to do
ones
that
are
now,
the ones that are doing it.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle for sure. And
Oh, yeah.
I love that, like, sometimes you're laughing at it and then you sit back, like you said, you go,
You're like,
yo, that's some straight facts though.
Facts. Where's the lie? Where's
you
the
know,
lie?
and how that creates awareness in itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think something like honestly, some of the best comedians in the world, the stand-up comedians of the world, are probably some of the most insightful human beings.
Yeah.
You could ever have a conversation with.
For sure.
Yeah,
Storytellers.
I'm telling you.
Beautiful storytellers.
Yeah, I honestly, like, I don't know if I took this from somewhere, if this is just something I'm gonna take credit for this.
Go for it.
But no, like, I feel like comedians, if you think back to like Shakespeare, you know, if you've ever watched or read any of the Shakespeare books or plays, the fool, right, in those pieces is always the one telling the truth. Is always the one with the insight, the most insightful character in those pieces. And what are comedians? Like the fools of our age, right? They're like always the one giving the insight, the critique on the culture, good, bad, ugly, whatever. They're the ones with the insight that make us think. And I think we're missing that right now.
Yes, amen.
Two Wexford graduates over here.
Amen.
Hey.
I agree. Like the humanity, they always bring the humanity to the forefront, and it's in an interesting way. And they're able to entertain us while still educating us. It's a fine balance.
Yep. That's what we need, man.
There was a topic that I missed, but because I saw this caption, and I'd love this conversation, especially since we have a woman here. And I love having both perspectives here represented, aside from my producer here, who's
producer in the back.
Yeah, producer in the
I
back.
love it.
So a study from Florida State University basically found that relationships are more likely to be successful when the woman is better looking than the man.
Facts.
I can give you some more details before we get into it. So researchers analyzed 113 recently married couples in their late 20s. Evaluators from Southern Methodist University and Florida State University rated couples by their attractiveness and given questionnaires about their desire to remain in shape and attractive. They found that in instances where the man was less attractive, he was likely to compensate with acts of kindness like presents, sexual favors, or extra housework. They saw a pattern in that this made women happier and feel more appreciative, therefore strengthened their relationships. However, when the roles were reversed and men were rated as more attractive, the results from women surveyed suggested the pressure they felt from having an attractive husband made them feel unhappy, leading to dieting and an obsession with exercising.
Interesting. That's interesting how that flipped, yo.
Thoughts, takeaways.
No, Patrick, you please get into this. I still have to
My girl's in shock. She's processing that. No, I've always said this though. Like I don't know. I always like picture it like that way too. Like I don't know. Just in talking to my boys too. Like they'd rather have the woman they're with be like the better looking one. You know what I mean? It just makes sense to me. I don't know. Like, because then I feel like damn, like look who I'm with. Like, you know, like I don't know if it makes you appreciate who you're with more, but you just kind of wake up every morning, you look at her every day, and you're just like, man, I'm blessed. Like how? You know what I mean? So I think that could be into why, you know, the guys would go the extra mile of doing those things of kindness and stuff like that. But I'm curious to know like the women's perception of just pressure.
Oh, okay. That's so interesting to me. I kind of see it. I do, even like thinking back to some of my past relationships, I kind of see a little bit of those tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, for me as a, y'all, like, this is hard. This is, I mean, there's a song I know, it was like Nice Guys Finish Last. And like, I used to like kind of see that and see how like maybe they could be considered like maybe a bit of like a pushover or whatever.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, you could be with like a great looking guy who's like a douche, or you could be with a great, like it could go either way. Cause I've been, for me, I've gone like, you know, when I was younger and been a bit more, I don't know, what's the best word to choose, but when I was a bit more like focused on looks, you know, and it didn't always pan out that, days, you know what I mean? More shallower days, exactly. I was younger, I was naive. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I've grown, I've elevated. And now, like, looks is definitely not the first thing that I value. How you make me feel, what like positive things do you bring to the table? Like, where's your energy at? Like, have you healed from your childhood trauma? Because I'm healing too. I don't want to be responsible for like all of that healing. And then like, I want to have kids and have a good, safe space. Do you know what I mean? So I don't judge based on like looks as much. That's not really.
Does there have to be a level of physical attraction?
There does, but I find that there are things like
that make you.
There are other things that will turn me on. There are other things that will like kind of spark my like interest and get me excited that I feel I'll value even more so long term. Because looks fade, baby. Looks fade.
They do. That's true. They do. They do. What do you think, Shaq? I'm not letting you off the hook.
I love that because he knows now and he's holding me accountable. I like to throw these questions out there to everybody else, and
then you
turn my mic off and just watch you guys talk.
Sometimes they'll let you dig your own grave, you know.
Oh man, I know. I felt like I was digging there. I was like, hold on a minute, somebody take the shovel away, please.
I think it has to do with like what like the person. It depends on the people. I think I can agree with a general statement that I can imagine that women are happier with men that they might not find necessarily the most physically attractive people, because they're also, like you said, like the physical thing is not number one for women more so than I find with men. And I'm just talking from my experience of like with friends and everything that, you know, so, and there's also just a level of vanity in like, you know, who I find attractive and will date. I find that like when I look at the producer, the first thing I see is like, she looks very beautiful. And then conversation happens. Oh my God, things are clicking there too.
Yeah.
Check. And now we're here. So thank you. So that, I don't know, that's the way I see it when I approach dating. So I can imagine that a woman might have or might approach it differently. And that's why maybe this study went the way it did. That's
fair. I also think there's something to be said, like, because I was really fixated on the part where it talks about the pressure that like a woman that they surveyed felt like physical pressure to keep up appearances or keep up looks. I think that could go both ways. Like if you're with man or woman who is, you know, really in shape, they're really fit, they exercise all the time, I think that could either be really
whoever
motivating.
That person is.
Yeah, I think that's either going to be really motivating, or you're going to feel pressure if that's not what you're used to, if that's not your style. If you're not one who's, you know, in the gym working out like that, but your partner is, that's either, like I said, either going to motivate you to get to that level, or you're going to feel like I'm like,
you're gonna shrink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just finding the right balance of what works for you, who works for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think having that dialogue with your partner too.
Yeah. Also, I think like for me, even just as like an actor, I would hope that anyone who wants to like begin any sort of relationship with me will understand that I am in the public eye. And it's not like that's a requirement of them. Like if I'm going on red carpets, it would be nice for my partner to join me, but it's not like they have to, you know what I mean? Like I'm completely okay with them like chilling at home with the kids and supporting me from the couch. And like, you know what I mean? Like I'm totally okay with that. But I've had partners who, again, like it depends on the person. Cause I had a partner who was like, people always think he's like a model, whatever. And he's like, no, don't put me in front of the cameras. I don't want to be on the red carpet. So it could go either way all the time. I just think it's about comfort level. I don't want to force anyone to do anything that they're not comfortable with, but people grow and people change. Like maybe they'll want to start going to the gym and getting themselves right and start gaining that confidence to then go on red carpets with you. It's all about time, right?
I think so. And I think it probably just like changes as the relationship grows. If it's something long-term, if we're talking a marriage, there might be, you might have just, gave birth to a couple kids or something like that. And you might not look the greatest, but guess what? Your husband has been going to the gym and he looks great, and things might change where he might stop going to the gym when the kids are older and he's taking them to basketball practice and whatnot.
Exactly. And now you have more time and now you thinging. So teamwork makes the dream work. It would be ideal if you could go together. You know what I mean? Do your home workouts. And I mean, that's definitely something that I value a lot more now. Like, is this my partner? Are we really partnering in this? So good luck to all the couples out there. I will say that. Good luck to all y'all. Good looking, bad looking. You know what I'm saying. Just good luck.
Good looking, bad looking. I love it. I love it. Yo, there was one topic, kind of not relationship-y, but we wanted to ask you this as a woman. But it's in this bag. So
okay.
As guys, we sometimes struggle with what to say or how to, like, what word to use to describe a woman. Do we say, is it okay to say woman? Can we say female? Is there a negative connotation to one of those two words? Like if you go online and you see something that women are this or female this,
and I think it's more so used in conversation, I think, too. When like a dude might say, oh, she's a bad female or something like that. And I know I've seen where that's not something you should say.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I try to listen to like the full context of things and kind of base it off like, what's their intention here? You know what I mean? But female, even just the way you were saying it just now, it was giving me more like scientific, like it was more gender-based, right? X and Y chromosome, like that was the vibe I was getting with female, opposed to like just addressing someone
at the function.
Damn, mad females.
Mad females.
What about female rapper? What about like, the best female rapper in the game? Do things like, does that matter? Does that sound negative?
I don't think it sounds negative. And I think the intention there, like, again, it kind of, that feels like it's like, again, more gender. Like we're separating, like, we just want to point out that it's like a female rapper compared to the male rappers. But at the same time, it's a rapper, Yeah. So I don't know. That's a bit tough for me. Again, it's based off of intention. I'm not gonna judge anyone too harshly if they were to say female, if they were to call me a female versus a lady or a woman. But I think I would prefer the latter.
No, that's something that we've talked about often because it's just like, I think with dudes, or I don't even know, like, do dudes get upset?
Can we say dudes?
But when I'm talking to guys, it's just like, I think some of them might be, because you can use the word female in a more scientific, gender differentiating way. And then there's also the kind of like using it in the situation where I'm like saying, yo, there's about like 10 bad females over there in that section. That word, that female could also be substituted and you can put something else in there and still the same sentence as a man. So I don't know if specifically the word female should be X'd out of something in a sentence like that.
Yeah.
Or is it just a sentence itself that is problematic?
I feel like it might be tone and intention. Like if you don't have any bad intentions, then, you know, I feel like we'd be cool. I will say this. I had a teacher in university who one time someone was like, well, you guys, and she kind of stopped the room and was like, well, there are women present in this room as well. They're females. So why when addressing everyone, do we refer to them as guys? So that really stuck with me for years now. And I catch myself and they all, like everyone, you know, how's everyone doing today? Now, how are you guys doing today? Because
crazy
I know it's interesting. You know, some people might think that it's very small, like it's a small change, but it still, for me, becomes a sign of respect. I appreciate being addressed. Same way, if we were in a room and you two are present, if I was addressing the entire room, hey ladies, how's everyone doing today? You two would feel away because
like, hey,
I know whenever Fashion Nova tech support used to talk to me, they would be like, hey Nova babe. I'd be like, shut up. Pause. I'm not a Nova babe.
Exactly. So like it's little things like that make you go, And so I try to take things into a little bit more consideration. But again, like I'm not gonna hold a gun to your head if you make a mistake, you know. Sharing is caring. I try to educate people and like inform them of like, oh, actually, I prefer to be referred to as this. And then we just keep the ball moving.
We're educating people as we go. Like there's a lot of things that are being corrective actively. I don't mean like, oh, once we've all decided or we've all heard that it's wrong to do it, that like immediately you will be ostracized, you know, if you use it, you know, wrong, incorrectly.
Today's
again.
The
Today,
deadline.
the deadline. So, and like, it's funny that like we're talking about something where it's like, hey, you guys, as like, you know, we're used to saying stuff like that. I was also used to the Band-Aids being just that regular skin tone. I saw today that they have different colored skin tone Band-Aids. And to me, that blew my mind because
wait, what?
I
can have a Band-Aid that matches
my
skin?
if you go to Shoppers, you can go get a Band-Aid of your skin tone. And to me, as a kid, I never thought about it like the Band-Aid was like a skin color. I thought
Band-Aid was the color.
Band-Aid color.
That was it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's crazy to me that it's like, wow, they really made a white person's skin tone for all Band-Aids. And they said, this is just what it is. Fuck you guys.
Deal with it. You get hurt. That's what you get.
So when you're talking about the, you know, correcting the, hey, you guys, I look at it the same way as like the Band-Aid and all these other things that are now changing. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We unfortunately have been conditioned and taught to speak and do things a certain way, but that's not necessarily the right way. It's the white way.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a bar. Yo, that's nuts though. I've thought about that hey guys thing a lot. Also because I hate it when like influencers or like YouTube people start.
Hey you guys.
Hey guys, check out here's my page. Like no, but like I've often thought about that. And I've caught myself at work too. Like if I'm ever leading a session or something like that, it's trying to find a more generic or inclusive opening instead of the hey guys or something like that.
It's crazy. Like we could take this combo and go like so far with it. Even you know, non-binary. Like Demi Lovato just came out as non-binary. Right. And to go from everyone to being used to she, her to now they, them. Yeah. It's completely valid. It makes total sense. It's just going to take a second.
Well, it's so hard because it's grammatically, it's just like a whole other way of speaking.
Yes. But then when it clicks, like they can be a group of people, but it can also be you, they like,
yo, hot take.
Hold on.
Hot
they,
take.
Them. Go ahead.
Hold on. He has a hot take.
We'll appreciate this.
Hot and so hot and so hot and
nigga, let's talk about it for a little bit.
Were Jamaicans politically correct all along?
The world general speaking.
Tell me more.
How do Jamaican, Caribbean, West Indian people, how do we refer to people? People, them? It's just them. You're using generic pronouns. There's no gender associated here. People, them.
I thought you were going with the they. I thought you were going to say I and I.
I and I, you know? Like, so the Caribbean culture gets a lot of flack for being, you know, in some cases, rightfully so, homophobic and things. But I think we're really onto something.
I agree with that. And I think, you know, Jamaican people, when I really think about it, because I went to the Elmina slave castle in Ghana. And I remember thinking like, yo, some of my ancestors could have like definitely came through these exact walls. This is absolutely insane. And then to think that they have a room in the castle that's for the slaves who were like the most defiant and very, you know, and they literally put you in the room and they just leave you. And say like 2 weeks later, a new person comes in and you died, you're going to be in there with that dead body. They don't ever clear out the room.
So they kept piling bodies in the room. And that was it.
Yes, it's never cleared out. And to think that a lot of those people, again, when they were on the ships, they got dropped off in Jamaica. So sometimes I'm like, you guys wonder why we have all this fire and passion? It's because we were not putting up with it. Like we were the people who were going to cause those revolts on the ships and cause a ruckus and just mash up everything. So they're like, oh, yo, get rid of them. Just put them on the island. What did you expect? You put us all together.
You put us all together. That's it. That's the fire. That's it.
Right. So, and even that too, like on a language, like when you think of like language wise, we would just want to separate ourselves from those colonizers, like have our own identity of our own thing. So they might be trying to put one thing in our ear and we're going to literally do the opposite just because we're so against that. So that might also be where some of that, you know, they're very gender based. And that's why we're like, yo, forget that. We're just neutral. We're neutral, man. Exactly. Who knows?
Ooh,
that's funny. Thank you for that hot topic.
I got you.
I have another hot take.
Oh,
this time it's from a colonizer. And it's from Dr. Phil.
Okay.
I'll do the music.
Hot so hot and so hot and
nigga, let's talk about it for a little bit.
Dr. Phil believes that smoking weed makes you dumb and violent.
What?
So apparently Dr. Phil believes that cannabis use will make you extremely violent and fry your brain, comparing it to, quote, opening your computer and pouring water inside. React.
What?
I mean, does he know the statistics about which races smoke or like own? Like, I don't know. Don't even let me get
I feel like that makes you mad chill, yo. It makes you mad mellow. I've never seen anyone get violent after smoking a joint.
No, I haven't either.
I've literally never seen somebody smoke like a lot of weed. Like watch somebody smoke a 2-gram blunt like front to back.
Yeah.
See what they do. Guarantee you they're not doing anything. They're probably not standing up.
Right.
You know?
They're chilling.
They might
trying to think of their snack. Thank you.
Yeah. Like what?
I wish I had the clip. That
But so does he not did he have any opinion on what selling it does? Or owning it does? Because
I'm not sure because
I don't know where he was trying to go. Like if he was leaning somewhere racially or what. But
what about heroin? What about like some other drugs, yo?
Thank you, pills.
Where's the study from? I need more facts. I need more data.
That's just his opinion.
So does Dr. Phil. So does Dr. Phil.
Trust.
I've honestly Dr. Phil represents a certain period of like television.
Yeah.
Where I would just watch it and it's like Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, these guys all know what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they say, the word is bond. And like, high key, I always like eventually, like when I got older, I was like, I don't know. I don't know how qualified these people are. And then you start to hear stories, even I think Bad Babby. I don't know how to say her name. Bad Babby.
Oh, yeah.
Babby, whatever her name is.
Not important enough to figure out the pronunciation.
That's amazing.
It's because the B and the H. I don't know what sound that makes. But apparently, like, shit wasn't sweet when he sent her off to wherever he sent her off to get better. Like, they didn't do right by her at all. It was kind of somewhat abusive from what I heard her say. So it just makes me realize, like, dudes like this guy definitely don't know shit. He's just a on-camera personality that's posed as a doctor that knows all.
And will stir the pot to, get what viewings they need and keep themselves relevant after all of these years.
I'm sure no one's watching his show anymore. So he's got to make these comments, like you said, to get people back into, watching. What spicy thing is Dr. Phil going to say next?
Boo. Thank you. Next.
So weed does not make you violent and dumb.
No, I don't think. No.
Just making sure.
It's like, okay, good to know.
It was a crazy week in sports.
Yes.
And I'm like, and just from like things that happened on the court, but not necessarily had to do with the actual game itself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This made me think about like being a little nervous to be in crowds again. I'm not gonna lie.
People are not gonna know how to act.
Yeah, they're not gonna know how to act. Like,
there's two things that happened.
Yeah. Atlanta and then New York.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook. Where was he?
Or sorry, no.
Is he playing in Philly? Yeah, he's
Philly.
playing in Philly.
It was Washington and Philly. Yeah.
So Russell Westbrook was playing in Philly. He left the game with an injury as he was going through the tunnel.
Tunnel, right?
Yeah. A fan threw popcorn on him. Rightfully so. Russ was heated. And I hate that it had to be Russ. I wanted it to be a more mild-mannered person. Because like people that don't know any better might look at this and say, yeah, Russ is going crazy again.
Yeah.
But if this was like fucking Chris Paul, everyone would be up in arms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he got heated. He wanted to go and kick his ass, obviously, but like, he got calmed down and escorted out. And here's what he had to say. And mind you, this is when like fans are starting to be allowed back in. So
okay, I didn't hear this. Let's go.
The amount of disrespect, the amount of just fans just doing whatever the they want to do. It's out of pocket. It's out of pocket. Seriously, like any other setting, I'm all for the fans to join the game and having fun. And, it's part of sports. I get it. But there are certain things that cross the line. And any other setting, I know for a fact that fans, they want to come up. The guy went on the street and pour popcorn on my head. You know what happened? Fans, they say whatever. And the consequences for me are a lot more detrimental than to those people in the stands because they feel like they're untouchable. There has to be some penalties or something to put in place where fans can't just come to the game and do and say as they please because they won't do that anywhere else in the other setting. And I'm sick and tired of it, honestly.
I agree.
So there's also, I need to mention the top comment that I see here.
Get into it.
I mean, this person's name is Brian O'Reilly, so it sounds like a white person, so they might not also understand. But they just said he makes $30 million a year. It's popcorn. It's not that serious.
Wow.
Mind you, before we start going into it, during the same, I think it was the same day, Trae Young in Madison Square Garden, and they in front of like, I believe a sold out crowd, got spat on by somebody who's sitting damn near courtside.
Bruh.
Can we also point out that person was like a row or two behind 50 Cent?
Oh, word. 50 was there too?
Yeah, it flew right by him.
Crazy.
What do we think about fans doing this, especially in this time where like it should be pretty much a privilege to be in these
arenas?
I didn't think we'd be here right now, but we're here.
There's still a virus out there going around killing people. Like
you want to go back to the screen? Like, no, behave. I was so upset. I thought it was disgusting. And I agree there needs to be some sort of like, okay, like I'm gonna ban you from you can ban from the stadium.
That's what
like,
happened.
You can't come for a certain amount of games. Like, how do you feel? They definitely need to have some sort of consequence or it's going to get worse. For her to say, oh, it's just popcorn. Yeah. First it's popcorn, then it's a drink, then it's spit, then it's who knows what.
Then it's Malice in the Palace.
Right? Oh, it's beautiful time. No. But honestly, like, it's nuts because right before, I don't know if you guys remember, but right before COVID hit, there were these instances happening in the NBA and happening across sports where fans were just getting.
Oh, is that the courtside Karen with LeBron?
So that was during COVID.
Okay.
In the bubble, I think, or whatever, when they started allowing fans in the playoffs. But then there was also stuff happening before COVID, where fans, and Westbrook was involved. They were saying racial things to him. In Utah, there were things happening in different arenas, and it's like, I thought, everyone, like you said, would be happy to be just in the arena, but now we're going back to that same. And I will say this: I think it's racially charged because if you look at who's doing it, if you look at who it's being done to, like why is that happening? You know what I mean? You think they're property? They think you just people that you can disrespect like that? Like no. So it's kind of hurtful to see, man. And I'll even take a step further. Like, so I'm a big soccer fan. I love Manchester United. I watch their games all the time. I was telling my girl earlier this week, almost every week since the Premier League started again, I've seen alerts on my phone of racially charged messages being said to these players, being written about, being thrown at them in Europe. So it's not just a North American thing. It's like fans are out of control at this point in time. And like people like, I don't know, do we go to having no fans in arenas?
No, and I think it's really fucked up. Like the spitting thing is really fucked up. Aside from how insulting it is and disgusting that somebody would do that. I was talking with Malik earlier about it. He mentioned that like that's necessary. That could be considered assault. Like deadly intent too.
Yeah.
I might have. I like this is a time where there's coronavirus. Yeah. I spit on you. I could give you a disease.
Coughing on someone like purposefully. Like that stuff is like, yo, these people have no manners.
I only imagine if you're courtside, you're all kinds of privilege too. I don't know if that also.
You know how much those tickets go for?
What do you guys think about like Russell and LeBron and a couple of these players calling for like, yo, why don't you guys publicize who these fans are? Because like, if I were to knock his head off, like you guys would be running my name, dragging my name through the mud.
Yeah, but big facts.
These fans, they spit on me, and all you do is a fan was banned for life from the venue.
Publish the name.
I would too.
Publish
Definitely.
The name. Let us know. Like we want to know these things.
Those details. Remember that security guard with
Masai?
Yeah, that stuff. I was like, what's his name? Like I will.
Honestly, I really hope he's not working nowhere because that's really fucked up. And I watched that clip recently, and like you got to know who Masai is. He went right to 120 on his reaction as Masai was trying to reach and pull out his credentials. As he mentioned, I'm the president of the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, come on.
He was ready to go. And the whole lawsuit thing after is like it's laughable.
It's nuts. But like to take this conversation a step further, like have you guys thought about? I mean, Mercedes, you might know a little bit more because you've been out, doing things and filming stuff, but. I haven't been in a large crowd in probably almost 2 years now. Like, I don't know what it's going to be like. I wonder about that. I'm like, am I going to feel weird with people around me? Have you guys thought about what it's going to be like when we're back outside?
I'm going to say this, with Canada Day, not Canada Day, with our May 24 weekend that just passed.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people took that as an opportunity. Like they were haunted and they wanted to go and do something.
Yeah.
I did not like it whatsoever. I was terrified. I have younger brothers and like one of them decided to go to like Woodbine Beach or something to do a bit of fireworks. And there was a massive group. Like there was just way too many people. I felt very uncomfortable with that. And on top of that, there were people in the crowd who were extra haunted doing like, one gentleman had like an air pistol and was like trying to commit like robberies and stuff.
What?
Like running up
What
to
the
like
hell?
randomly, like we'll see you on your ones and be like, yo, empty your pockets. Like, but just trying to do it like quick and just take advantage of the crowded situation. And I was like, this is next level dangerous. These are people who are like just society in general being cooped up inside. You start losing it a little mentally, financially, who knows what position they're in. You know what I mean? And now you get one little taste of freedom and you want to act up.
Yeah.
So I even when things reopen, I'm gonna take my time getting back out there and the warm weather, all of that. You know, Toronto already likes to act foolish when the weather gets hot. So can you imagine how we're gonna feel?
Yeah.
With COVID, I don't know.
I want to ask you though, with that being said, just to on the when we get to the brighter side of things, or whatever. I mentioned that like one of the first things I'm excited to do, and I think like I hope it lines up with Halloween because fuck it, it's gonna happen Halloween. I want to have an 80s theme party, or we're playing Nothing But Egyptian Lover and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to when I can greet somebody at my door, hug them, and have them come into the house.
But that's controlled space, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying when this is over. So I want to know what are you looking forward to doing? Like what's on the top of your list?
Getting my invite for that party. What else? I don't know, you know. I'm a simple.
Come on, we in prison. We got to dream about outside.
I know. I'm thinking about it, but like I've been appreciating just like going out for my like walks and maybe like a Wonderland thing. Maybe that's what I'm excited for. That I love roller coasters. Like get my classic like funnel cake at the end of the night and. You know what I mean? Like a good, long,
took that for granted. I haven't even thought about that
Wonderland.
in so long. I haven't thought about that in so long.
Yeah, that's my answer for you.
Jeez.
What about you, Patrick?
Mine's simple, to be honest with you, man. I just want a patio, some drinks, and some people. Like
we've been doing that. Unless you want more people there.
No, I want more people. Okay, no, I'll give you specific.
Okay.
Like image.
Paint the picture for me, please.
I'll paint the picture for you guys. It's the summer 2019. We was outside. Raptors had just won championship. Like it was crazy. City was on a wave. Right? You step out any weekend in the summer, there's something going on. There's a party. There's rooftop parties downtown.
Yes.
Right? I went to Cold Tea.
Cold Tea. I never even experienced Cold Tea. I was waiting to do it and never actually did it ever.
Aww.
Cold Tea, Sunday afternoon in Kensington Market, man. Day party. You got the vibe. The sun's shining, drinks are pouring, music's blasting. That's what I want. That's what I'm itching for, to be honest with you. I want to get back out there. I want the music. I want to I want a little bubble. I want to catch a little bubble for my girl outside.
Yes.
You know?
Yo, a boat ride. Give me a summertime boat ride with the soca music blaring.
Yeah.
Like,
that would be a
go bottle service going.
Come on.
You know?
Come on.
That would be, I really, and like they canceled Caravana. My heart was like,
come on.
No.
Why? The only time I want to say I'm not going to Caravana is if like I make that choice to be like, I'm going to go to Trinidad this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's on me to not even have the opportunity to turn it down.
Yeah.
Sad.
No, that's what
Caravana 2021.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a crazy time though. No, I'm looking forward to getting out there again, man. Like we're getting a summer. So like I'm happy we getting a summer.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to go to the cottage tomorrow.
Okay.
Hollywood.
No, I'm not. If it was Hollywood, I wouldn't be able to work, which would be amazing, but I got to work at the same time. So,
okay.
I'm going.
Live podcast. You guys aren't excited about that? No one said that.
Oh, yeah. Live podcast.
Oh, live in person.
Yeah, obviously.
Come on now.
You know.
I thought that was a given. That one was obvious.
Exactly. That one, everyone knew that was coming, right? So.
No,
No,
you
I
guys
was
are
like,
really cool. I'm really grateful. Like I'm feeling the vibes. I'm enjoying this. So thanks again for having me.
I love it.
I'm happy you're here. And I think that's something that Patrick and I have been talking about. We're like, listen, it's not necessarily like an interview. Like, let's just talk about growing up in Scarborough. Tell us about that.
Scarborough. Sorry. I'm so crazy.
That's all you got. It was
That's all
crazy.
you got. If you know, you know. That's it.
Scarborough, if you know, you know.
Sitting on those like green things. Okay, what are those like classic?
The electric
things.
Those boxes.
And you have like 7 of your bikes just dashed down.
Everyone's
even though
bikes are just dashed there.
the bike has the kickstand,
But that's what's coming back.
Don't even use the
that's what's coming back because me and my brother both bought bikes.
Bikes, eh? Well, you got to it before they close it off because all of a sudden it's non-essential. They block them off.
You got to go on Amazon or Kijiji and figure it out elsewhere. Don't go to
Walmart. Annoying. But that's beautiful. What else? What are some like those childhood, like can't wait to be back outside kind of things?
It's not even childhood. As soon as he brought up cold tea, I started thinking about LeBrunch and
Ooh.
Yeah.
I did one.
Party. You did one? Where was it? Which venue?
It was.
They did one at Lavelle at the rooftop. That was Lavelle.
Okay, it wasn't Lavelle. It wasn't the Lavelle one that I went to.
Versailles.
Oh, I think it was Versailles. I think that's the one I hit up.
What I love about those parties is it starts as an actual brunch from what I'm told because I never show up there.
On time.
And then apparently like it gets to like really ratchet. It's a very nice establishment and gets mad ratchet. You're running into all the beautiful black people that you know in the city. You haven't seen in a long ass time.
Kick in.
Yes.
The mimosas.
Yes. That's a vibe. That's what I miss. Summertime. Let's go. Let's get this going. Need some
Last time I went there, I saw Baca. And
it
was one of those ones where you're just so close to each other, and his natural reaction was like, "What's good?" I'm like, "I don't know, Baca. Right. How's life?"
That's dope. Hookah bars and shit. Pardon my French, but like, come on, don't get me like.
Damn.
I'm like reminiscing real hard.
And that is the problem with this pod, and I'm so sorry that we're gonna end off on this because now you might have caught a little buzz, and it's a Friday night, and we're all indoors. But now we're all thinking about.
Outside. It's okay. A couple weeks from now, guys, we'll be outside.
All right, fingers crossed.
So I want to thank you so much, Mercedes, for coming through to the pod. As we mentioned, podding in person is a must. That's gonna be a new T-shirt. Instead of freedom is a must, podding in person is a must.
Let's run that on the merch site right now.
Yeah.
Please.
So yeah, you mentioned like Farcry. They just dropped that was just the gameplay, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So when's that game supposed to actually drop?
October 7th of this year. So I'm excited for that.
Do I gotta get like a next gen platform or what? Can I still rock my PlayStation 4? Or?
I'm
use my Xbox 360.
You know what? Check out the Farcry website, but it's for a lot of different platforms. So hopefully you're still good. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg just to go play a game to lose an arm and a leg. So
word.
Hard.
Nobody is still doing anything for Xbox 360, so I need to bring Patrick into the real world.
Oh snap! What are you? Are you like PC people or something? Like what else are you playing?
I'm not a gamer with my mouse and shit. No. I'm not doing
okay.
that. Okay. I have a gamer just for comfort. That's all.
Oh, nice.
I feel you.
I'm PlayStation 4. I love my Grand Theft Auto. That's like forever.
Sorry, that's a classic. That's another good one.
Yeah,
that's another good one for sure.
And then American Gods, where are they at in the season? Like, is that completely out right now? Or?
Yes, American Gods season 3 is completely out, so you can like go ahead and binge it if you'd like. Yeah, I mean, like I said, my Instagram. I don't even know if I mentioned that, but my Instagram is at I'm too fancy. I am the number 2 fancy, and then _ blame Drake, okay? Because I made that back when
you fancy, huh? No way!
Wow. It did. And you people have told me like maybe you should change it to like the like first name, last name as like all the other actors. And I'm just like, I don't gotta be like other people.
There you go.
You know?
I
like,
love when people and like celebrities and whatever, they don't have the name that is just their name.
Bad Gal Riri, Champagne Poppy,
That's
and I'm
true.
too fancy.
Hey.
Mic drop.
Enough said. Champ done.
So thank you so much. Check it out. Like, you know, my link tree's got my demo reel there, so you can see a lot of my different projects. Look up some of my credits on IMDb. What else? My music is on all platforms as well. I go by Mercedes Morris on everything. So yeah, honestly, thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciated being able to like share a bit of my work, but also just to chat, just to kick it.
Yes.
You know,
yeah, we want to give you a platform where you can do that, but also like where people get to know you. Like people get to see you act. They get to see you make music. They get to see all of that, but they don't get to see you.
Me.
This is you.
The star bad gal.
Bad gal. I'm like, I'm too fancy, but I'm also a little ratchet. You know, it's just it's a mix.
I love it.
It's a sprinkle of both. Let me stop.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you so much. It was a pleasure, gentlemen, and much love. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. We rock out for a bit.
Yeah.
The world general speaking.
Yes. Patrick Dennis Jr. on everything. You know where to find me.
Shop like Shaq. You waste you.
Shop like Shaq with a K, S-H-A-K. Thank you again for joining us, and you're definitely added to the list of people that we're gonna pod in person.
Yeah. One more time in the freestyle if you want.
Got inspired. Here we go. Ride the beat.
Oh, we have an old one. Let me drop an old one, okay?
Go.
Okay.
Ain't it crazy how I'm brand new to the game, and I already got these haters calling out my name. What do I say? I say, screw y'all, hate me, and don't be mad because your boyfriend wants to date me.
Hey.
I'm done. Let me not cause no drama. You're right, it was too spicy.
Bars.
Not with the hype. We're not with the hype over here.
I love it.